Hello, 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 beautiful creatures of the world, and welcome back to Coffee with Kerri-Lynn. It's a beautiful sunny day in the Crown of Maine, and we are excited and we are happy. Everybody's happy. Everybody on the farm is happy. The chickens are happy. The turkeys are happy. They're outside. They're frolicking. We got the dogs. They're loving this. It's been cold and gray, and they just love it. They love running around in the snow outside in the nice warm sunshine. The kitties are on the table basking in all their glory in this lovely sunshine, and the rabbits are happy that the sun is coming through their rabbitry windows. I got a ponytail for the first time without bobby pins and without barrettes holding it up. I'm so excited. For those of you that don't know, last year I got COVID so badly that I lost 21 days of my life, can't remember them, and 50% of my hair, and it just destroyed my hair. So last year in February, we cut a good portion of my hair off, which still left me with very long hair. And last month, right before Christmas, we cut the rest of the COVID damage off, and this has been a month, and now it's grown. It's grown. So I'm excited, and I now officially have ponytails again. Yay. So what's going on? At the beginning of the week, I did a video called Spillin the Tea. Go check it out. About the Eliza, Bleu, Brittany Venti, and Jeremy from the Quarterings Twitter scandal. So what happened? Very, very briefly, go to Brittany Venti's YouTube or the Quartering YouTube, Jeremy's YouTube. It's better to hear the whole story from the horse's mouth. They have all the receipts. They have all the screenshots. They have everything that you need to know about this situation with the proof to back it up. So Eliza Bleu is a human trafficking survivor advocate. She also says that she was trafficked, and she is a trafficking survivor. So in 2022, the internet detectives started snooping around the internet and found discrepancies, video proof that kind of punched holes in her backstory about being a trafficking survivor herself. The information got over to Brittany Venti. Brittany Venti tried to contact Eliza, I guess privately, but Eliza was not accepting DMs on Twitter, so she took the video, took a couple screen grabs with a post on Twitter that said basically to Eliza, tagged Eliza in it, and basically asked her loosely, this is what we found. You say you were human trafficked at that time. Is this a voluntary video or is it a little bit darker? And then somebody ran it up the flagpole at Twitter and Brittany's account got locked. Eliza Bleu has also worked very closely with Twitter since Elon Musk purchased Twitter to clean up the CP on it, and she's done great works there, and new rules have been made and content's been scrubbed, and as it should be. The disgust is getting fixed, and that is thanks to Eliza Bleu. Jeremy saw what happened to Brittany, so he retweeted the post and his account got locked. So it became a free speech thing. Everybody's a proponent of free speech, including Eliza Bleu, except she didn't want to answer questions about her past. So it was run up the flagpole, and accounts were locked. Then Eliza said that she was going to sue them. Then they said that they were going to sue her. Now days go by, and now it's lost. It's turned into, from free speech, it's still that, but it's evolved into now loss of revenue for Brittany Venti and Jeremy from the Quartering. Everybody makes their living doing this. So now its livelihoods are at stake, and Elon Musk apparently came out and made a statement that he supports the decisions Twitter made about locking the accounts. Jeremy came on last night on the Quartering and said that it's basically a permaban unless he removes the tweet that he made, the shared tweet, and Brittany's appeal has been denied, and she's going through one more appeal. And like I said, Brittany Venti YouTube and the Quartering YouTube, and you can hear all their stories. Now there's a lot of cross fandom. Everybody belongs to this alternative media space, and they all share fans. And people are wondering why Tim Pool isn't speaking out. And he doesn't do drama. Okay. So for me, I don't care. I'm a little person. I don't give a shit. Some of it is high school drama, but there are definitely winners and losers in this. For me, I'm looking at it and saying, when the left was banning everybody on Twitter and removing and locking accounts, it was the alternative media space that was screaming and hooting and hollering the cancel culture. And now that somebody the alternative media space favors, the banning and the canceling is still happening, and everybody's quiet. So the question is, why? Follow the money. Just follow the money. That's the answer. Last night I was watching the Tim Pool show like I do. I'm a subscriber. And I was watching his show, and I was watching the live chat blow up about free Brittany Venti and free the quartering. And it was just the thing. And I was on the Twitterverse, and I was watching the chatting going on over there. And it's two snakes, one head, just like politics. The media is the same way. Everybody wanted to make a separate alternative media space that could compete with the left-wing stuff. Make it conservative, make it right-wing, where the right-wing conservative media falls apart and blah, blah, blah. And, we need to build our own Netflix. We need to build our own things like that. But we don't always stand in solidarity. So Tim Pool told a story last night about, the gang coming down the road, busting up people's houses, and you have two choices to make. One, you can go outside and stand in solidarity basically with your neighbors, or you can run in the house and turn your lights off and hope that the gang doesn't come and smash up your house too, because they're coming for you. Okay. On Twitter, what was going on last night while Tim Pool's live chat was blowing up? Why is everybody in that sphere? All the connections. Why is everybody quiet? The fans started tweeting Cassandra McDonald, who is friends with Eliza Bleu. Eliza Bleu was at her wedding, according to Brittany Venti. And apparently there's a picture of it, whatever. Cassandra is a great journalist in her own right. She does do the booking for Tim Pool. She does have her Twitter, and she has been sounding off on this whole thing on her Twitter. And when fans started going on and tweeting her, suddenly the Twitter was her personal Twitter. And she started calling people names. Business 101. I've been a business owner a long time. It takes years and years and years to build your clientele, to build your customer base. And it takes 1 second to lose them. And you can either lose them through fault of your own as the business owner or fault of an employee. So I think that could have been handled a lot differently. Yes, it was Cassandra's personal Twitter, but that's the Twitter she uses. She's open following. Follow her if you want. She doesn't have a private account. Don't call people names. It's beneath you. You do such great work. Don't call people names. There was many, many different ways to handle that last night. People have questions. They're going to try to get answers any way that they can. All right. That said, the question still remains why everybody in the sphere is not complaining. Elon supports the decision. So why now that the more favored owner of the space is, the cancel culture is still happening. Why are we not talking about it? Well, it's two snakes, one head, whether it's politics or alternative media and regular media. Follow the money. Follow the money. Where does it all go? Epiphany. Darlings, it is one big club, and we ain't in it. I don't want to be in it anyways. I have vintage 70s. I love George Carlin. Long story short, we are all in the same storm, but we are all on different boats. Some of us riding in yachts, some of us are riding in dinghies, and some of us are in cabin cruisers. Some of us are just going to sink a little faster than others. Well, funny thing. Everybody who's wondering why the media sphere the Tim Pool media sphere. And we have to say it's the Tim Pool media sphere because he has taken something and made it into a realized alternative, conservative-ish space, you know? He's taken something from the ground up. We've all watched it. So why are they staying out of the fray? Well, they're all speaking or throwing parties at the Minds Fest. Eliza Bleu speaking. All the other people that orbit, it's a clique. It's like high school. It's a clique. And all these people that orbit the Tim Pool media sphere are all speaking at Minds Fest. And it's all about the money. Can you imagine this all falling apart right before Minds Fest? When Eliza's supposed to speak, when they've got the anti-trafficking support money? It's big business. Who's going to get hurt in the end? Nobody in the media sphere. It'll all work out for them, including Eliza Bleu, if it turns out that this is not the truth that she's been saying, if her backstory is false in any way. They will all survive. They will all recover. You know who loses? The victims of abuse. They lose. The survivors lose. Big time. They've already been victimized once. And if it turns out that Eliza has told stories to get to the pinnacle of where she wants to be and rode the backs of false abuse to do it, it's the survivors of the real abuse that are going to lose. They're the ones that are going to suffer. They've been victimized once, they'll be victimized twice. Have you ever sat across the table from a survivor of abuse? Whether it's human trafficking, whether it's workplace harassment, whether it's sexual, physical, domestic violence abuse, and listen to their story. Watch them tell their story. Hold their hand. Hug them. Hold them while they cry it out. You cannot say that you understand to a survivor unless you truly understand. And a survivor will not open up and tell you their story if you have not experienced what they have experienced. They do not go around telling the normal person their story. And you hear all the time, especially with the Me Too movement, when all these big, important, smart women in the media came out and said that they were harassed by corporate, big, powerful men. And you hear all the time, why? Why did they stay? Why didn't they quit their job? Why didn't they punch them in the face? Why? You will not understand what it is like to live under the abuse until you yourself are abused. Abusers set a groundwork. They pick their victim, and then they lay the groundwork. And they lay this groundwork so thick and so heavy that the victim doesn't realize what's happening. They don't know if they're coming or going. They in the end, the victim of the abuse cannot identify fantasy from reality. And they're good at it. And they've generally been doing it for years and years and years. Many victims they have. Abusers are also small, tiny, impotent human beings. They have no control over their life. So they need to take control of somebody else's life. They are evil, nasty people. And I hear all the time, why? Why didn't this one leave? Why didn't they leave? Why didn't they escape? Why didn't they quit their job? Why didn't they do why? While the abuser is laying this groundwork for their victim, they are also simultaneously making things seem completely different than they really are for everybody on the outside looking in. You hear all the time, especially with workplace harassment, where the boss harasses an employee and everybody's in the shop, in the office is going, they're sleeping together. Because that's how the abuser is making it look. And the victim is so confused. The victim needs to hold a normalcy bias. This isn't happening to me. This isn't happening. Why? And then it goes from it isn't happening to me to why is it happening to me? Then it isn't happening. I'm making it up in my mind. This person doesn't really like me. Do they like me? Don't they like me? What's going on? And you get very confused and everything gets twisted, and that's what's happening. Everything is twisting up inside of itself and on the victim and closing. And by the time that you are ready to break those bonds, you are so destroyed mentally, emotionally, physically. You are, as a victim, so destroyed. And then you got to come out of it, and then you got to be a survivor. You got to survive it. But you're not going to go around and tell your story to everybody you see. You are only going to tell your story to somebody who understands. And that is where the crux of this really lies. Everybody was told that Eliza is a survivor. So the survivors confided in her. And if she is not a survivor, the survivors will have been victimized a second time. And while everybody else, all the personalities, survive this storm, if it is not true, if Eliza Bleu has not survived being trafficked, if it comes out to be fake, the only people that lose are the people she advocated for, are the people that trusted her, the most vulnerable people. They lose the most. Very heavy subject. I just want to let you know, if you have ever survived abuse of any kind, darlings, it is not your fault. What happened to you is not your fault. The people that abused you are evil, nasty, small, horrific, horrible human beings with horrific, horrible lives. You survived. You got out of it. It's a horrific club to be in. It really is. It's a horrific club to be in, to be a survivor of abuse of any kind. But you get up every day. You get out of bed. You hold your head high. And you walk into the future of your life. And you walk every day knowing that you are strong. You are enough. You didn't cause anything to happen to you. You are not a bad person. Bad people hurt you. And most people will never understand. And that's just a burden that survivors carry. Carpe diem, beautiful creatures of the world. Remember, nobody promises you a tomorrow.